It's time for Football Friday, sponsored by Independent Insurance Agents of South Dakota, South Dakota State University, South Dakota Department of Health, and Dakota Bank.
Watching Football Friday on Dakota News Now!
And thank you to the cheerleaders of Elkton Lincoln. They got quite a squad, enough to have their own 9-man football team, or woman football team. It is week 2 of Football Friday, where after 4 classes of South Dakota high school football kicked things off last week, everyone jumps into the pool this week, so of course Marco decides to skip out of town. I'm Zach Borg.
And I'm Cooper Seamer. The show must go on when the big schools are playing in the Mount Rushmore State, as well as Iowa and Minnesota getting underway, and we're packed with highlights from 14 games.
And we kick off our coverage with South Dakota's biggest class, the team that ended up on top last year, defending 11 AAA champ Lincoln out west at Rapid City Stevens. New look for the team on 3rd and 8. Their new quarterback, Brody Schaefer, pass broken up by Austin Pigman. A 3-and-out for the Patriots. Tough start, but different story in the next drive. Joshua Myers gets the handoff, spins around, pretty move, and breaks down the sideline inside the 5 for a 20-yard pickup. That sets up this on 1st and goal. Schaefer, bit of a mobile quarterback. He will roll, doesn't see anything like, so he calls his own number and gets into the end zone. It was all Lincoln from there. They go on to win 55-7.
Rapid City Central and Roosevelt to kick off a Howard Wood doubleheader, and Jason Stahlberg there for the Riders here, taking over for Kim Nelson. Peyton Shell going to blow up a Cobbler run play right here, a huge tackle for a loss, and that's going to set up a punt. Yet the visitors will hang tough in this one. After picking off a Rider pass, Caden Matthew is going to roll out, looking for somebody, hits Wyland Benbow, who's going to take a shot, but he gets into the end zone, and the Cobblers go up 7-0. We'll move ahead to the 4th here. Things are tight. Roosevelt up just by 2. Cobblers have scored. They're going for 2. Jaron Mackey, Austin Markman, though, they're going to shut down this reverse and hold him just short, and the Riders hang on to deliver Stahlberg's first win, 21-19.
Heck of a finish there. That, of course, delayed the next game. 11 AA Watertown moving on up to take on Jefferson. It was beach night for the Cavaliers. 4th and 6 for Jefferson. Ethan Swenson rolling out and hitting Jordan Detler for the first down within striking distance of the goal line. Nice throw on the run down to the 6-yard line. Watertown stud Micah Hotch looking on. Davian Simonson takes the Wildcat snap and gets into the end zone for 6. Jefferson out to the 10-0 lead. Then Sam Glissaya takes the handoff, and Sam I am into the end zone for the score with 17-0 Cavs. Again, this game's still going because they got off to the late start. Jefferson has the lead in the 3rd quarter, 31-7. 2 more big games on tap tomorrow in 11 AAA, starting at 6 with 2nd-ranked Brandon Valley's Pigskin Classic against Washington, followed at 7:30 by the 46th Bob Burns Dakota Bowl between top-ranked Harrisburg and 4th-ranked O'Gorman. We'll, of course, have that on dakotanewsnow.com, our mobile app, and Outlaw TV, courtesy Metro TV. That's our game of the week. In 11 AA, scores tonight, Yankton, 2nd-ranked Yankton, all over Huron down at Crane Youngworth Field. Big upset, though. T falls at Spearfish, 39-29. Watertown, again, that score again in the 3rd quarter. And we'll have highlights of this game tomorrow as well. The 7-time defending champion, Pierre Govs, at Aberdeen. Up next on Football Friday, we'll check in on 9-man and the start of the 11A season. Big game over the Bob.
You're watching Football Friday, sponsored by Independent Insurance Agents of South Dakota, South Dakota State University, South Dakota Department of Health, and Dakota Bank.
Football Friday rolls on and into Class 11A. Usually this is one of the deepest and most unpredictable classes. Not so much last year. Del Rapids, they were dominant and round to a 2nd straight title with all their starters back.
Well, many of the seniors from that team are gone. That means 11A is looking to be wide open once again. A couple of contenders tonight facing right off the bat. 4th-ranked West Central making the short trip to 2nd-ranked Sioux Falls Christian. First play of the game here, Chargers with the ball, but not for long. Aiden Bartman is right there to pick off the pass, and the Trojans have great field position. Don't worry, they're going to use the most of that. They call up Bartman again, and he's going to cap off the drive with a short rushing touchdown. West Central goes up 7-0. But Sioux Falls Christian would come back in the 2nd quarter. They put together a long drive. This is Jensen Pixler getting the call, rumbles through the open hole, and he's in for the score. It's still a 1-point West Central lead at this point, but not for long as Lincoln Prinz, he's going to step back, heaves it to find somebody, and that somebody is Cole Snyder. He's in the end zone, first 6. The Chargers pull ahead by a score, and they're going to dominate the second half. They win 42-13.
That's a terrific win considering how roughly that started for them. Canton led by our pigskin preview cover kid, Kane Wallner, top ranked in this class, opening with Rapid City Christian, who, despite moving up from 11B, just missed out on a ranking. I mentioned Wallner. This is why he's on the
How
preview,
did he
folks.
do that?
Great pick. And he takes it all the way down to the 40-yard line. Now, in our story, I mentioned that he's kind of a jack of all trades and a master of all positions. So, naturally, on 4th and goal at the 1, he gets the ball and plows into the end zone to give Canton a 7-0 lead. However, in the second quarter, Rapid City Christian, they did not make that 300-plus mile trip that's like 5 hours long, or probably a little more than that to get to Canton. They didn't make it just to be spectators. Bomb of a throw by Simon Kiefer to, I'm guessing, his brother Lars Kiefer. 67 yards. They led this game 10-7 late. But Canton comes back to win 20-16. Look out for Rapid City Christian, though. They're going to be pretty good.
Touchdown, Comet.
Two-time defending champ Del Rapids, they start out the year ranked second. They're opening at home against Dakota Valley. The first quarter, the Panthers are muscling up on defense when Jace to Georgia. Great instincts here to put the stop on D. They look to do it on offense as well. They get the ball back. They hit the ground. It's Preston Konopasek carrying the load on the drive. 46 yards. He thinks he can go all the way, but he's going to get brought down just short, 2 yards short. But if the guy brought home the groceries, you better let him make the meal. It punches it in 2 yards later. It's 8-0 Dakota Valley. We're still in the second quarter here, and actually we're entering the second quarter now. Panthers are on the prowl again. It's Drew Lucan this time, showing poise and touch in the pocket, looking for somebody familiar to us. That's Jace to Georgia with this throw caught, and he has green grass, 65 yards for the score. Dakota Valley with the upset in the road. They win 22-14.
Tri-Valley headed out west to take on the Wildcats of Custer. And Custer gets on the board with a remarkable play. Their quarterback, Sedlacek, with the snap. Looked like he's going to get sacked. Just heaves up a prayer. And Kyle Virtue is living a very virtuous life to get that ball because he takes it all the way on one of the plays of the night. Custer up 7-0. Still in the first quarter, though, Tri-Valley is able to shake that off. Brody Dibvig seeking some revenge, follows his blockers, and tight ropes along the sideline, gets knocked out of bounds, but it would set up this to start in the second quarter. Tri-Valley's Colby Macarivi punches it in. They missed the point after, but didn't miss when it counted later in the game because they would rally to win 20-13. Taking a look at other scores in 11A, only one other ranked team in action. It was Lennox, and they had a good night down at the Dakota Dome, kind of like the Coyotes last night against Northern State. 48-13, they get the victory.
Light night in 11B, winner winning 24-6 over Wagner. We got Woonsocket, Wessington Springs, Sanborn Central. We could keep putting these names together. It's going to be a little tough. They win 42-6 over Lee Deadwood, and Elk Point Jefferson and Sioux Valley had byes. Well, on to 9-man we go, and a dynamite night here in AA, starting up in Hayti, where 4th-ranked Hanson, they visit the 2nd-ranked Hamlin Chargers. Second quarter for Hamlin, they get the ball to Evan Stormo, but he's just going to rumble his way. You can't bring him down. 16 yards for the touchdown, and they lead 8-0. Hanson with the ball. It's Eaton Schlimgen looking to throw deep, find somebody, but he's picked off. It's Turner Stevenson. He gets a nice return on this one as well. And then ensuing drive, Hamlin is going to hand the ball to Mason Trowbridge. He again goes. They can't bring him down. It's a long return.
Yeah.
Keep trying to keep up. This is Trowbridge again going for the 19-yard score. And Hamlin, they're going to pull away to win this one 44-6.
Mason gave him some time for a breather there. Another top 5 showdown due south with 5th-ranked Elton Lake Benton pulling into 3rd-ranked Viborg Hurley. The Elks facing a 4th and goal at the 1 on their opening drive. Colt Beck keeps, and that's a good call from him. Elks are up 7-0. Final seconds of the quarter, they've got the ball again from farther out this time. The junior calls his own number once more, and it's the same result, racing in around left end, 13-0 after 1. He is one heck of a player. Just before the end of the period, Rob Kessler trying to rally his troops, and whatever he said worked. Brady Schroedermeyer fumbling around for a moment, but sometimes that works to your advantage because everybody over pursues, and sure enough, he goes 80 yards for the kickoff return touchdown. Cougars have new life. It's 13-6. That life did not last long, though. Beck, he can throw, too. Look at this rainbow. 41 yards to Tanner
That's a nice
Stein.
spiral.
Oh, my goodness. Elton Lake Benton gets the statement win, 40-24. Well, up next, we will wrap up our look at 9-man with something we've never seen before, a high school game at Augustana's Frickaby Over Stadium. 54 points weren't enough for Dubrook in last year's 9A state championship game on account of Warner scoring a title game record 76. The Dolphins lost another shootout 37-26 at Centerville last week and had a tall task in their home opener against fourth-ranked Woolsey Westington in 9A action. First quarter, Woolsey Westington's Caleb Richmond fires deep to Moshe Richmond, and he is into the promised land for a 50-yard score. It's 22-0 at this point. The visitors on a roll. Second quarter, Moshe gets the handoff, and he's just faster than everybody on this 55-yard touchdown. Still on the second, it's Caleb this time, and guess who he's going to find? It's Moshe, and this time a short pass turns into a long 44-yard touchdown after the juke. And the Warbirds soar to the victory 52-6. Let's take a look at some other scores in Class 9A. Howard with the big win at Esseline Hendricks. Wall by 21 over number 5 Harding County Bison. And Warner big at Potter County. On to 9B, where the defending champion Avon Pirates came up north to be a part of some history in Sioux Falls. Parker Brown joins us with more.
That's right, Zach. The Sioux Falls Lutheran Eagles had a respectable showing in their first ever game last week at Irene Wakanda. Today, they came home for the first time ever against the defending champion Pirates. And Avon, they dominated early and often. Here's fullback Landon Mutter breaking free for 55 yards.
He's a tough
to
Mutter.
the house. He had a heck of a day. And, of course, later on, Pigskin preview cover athlete Isaiah Meyer picks it off and takes it a long way to the house. He's used to scoring a lot of touchdowns, but this one on defense wasn't all bad for the Eagles. Here's a little bit of history. Quarterback Rowan Becker finds freshman tight end Owen Gilster, soars 78 yards. That's the first Eagle touchdown on home turf, but it was just that kind of day for Avon. Isaiah Meyer, again, powered his way into the end zone for another touchdown. Pirates, they win big, spoil the night for Sioux Falls Lutheran, 58-8.
It was a pretty cool scene to see that off the interstate
Yeah,
as I was driving
absolutely.
out.
All right, well, here's something we've never seen before. A high school game at Augustana's Kirkby Over Stadium. The Rapid St. Mary's Irene Wakanda making history tonight. It's the Cardinals looking to strike first. Lincoln LeBrun gets the pits, finds the hole, and he's gone 22 yards to the house. St. Mary up first. But they look to strike again a few minutes later. This is a nice play action here. It got me, but it also got the defense. It's LeBron again with the passing touchdown. It's 16-0 Cardinals. They had a lot of reason to be happy on defense as well. A loose ball, and Keaton Hansen is going to fall on top of this one for a nice field position, and they were getting it all done here. St. Mary, they blank Irene Wakanda. They win 52-0 at the first high school game ever at Kirkby Over.
Let's play more of them there. We definitely want to play more games there. Some 9B scores here.
Yeah, we got some more 9B scores. Corsica Stickney winning 28-16. Canastota winning 12-6, a close one up in Coleman, and Falkton winning 28-14 over Ipswich.
When we come back, we'll wrap this week's show with a look at the kickoff of Iowa's prep football season when we return. Minnesota Preps kicked off their season last night, and tonight it's Iowa's turn.
I know Northwest Iowa is the place to be in 2A. Spirit Length ranked number 1 in most preseason polls. West Line right behind them in second tonight, opening with 3A Sioux Center. Second quarter, West Line already up 14-0. They're going to add on to that. Bryson Childress going to the air to Jared Cecilke. And that's a 17-yard touchdown to make it 21-0 Wildcats. It's still in the second here for the Wildcats. Evan Hildring get the rock here, a nice hard 9-yard run into the end zone, gives them a 28-0 lead, and the Wildcats won't look back. It's Hildring with the ball again. He's a little farther out this time, tries 75 yards, but that's no problem for him. Shake and bake, and he is gone. Just one to beat, but that's a 35-7 win for West Line. A nice way to start the year for them.
They look well balanced. Battle of Hull, Western Christian at Boyden Hull Rock Valley. We picked this thing up in the first quarter. The Wolfpack working in the shadow of their own end zone. Caden Van Riggenmorter, there's always a Van Riggenmorter in Hull, flushed out of the pocket, and watch out for Braylon Crawford. He came flying in for the sack to force a punt. First play of the second quarter, Ty Groenweg takes the handoff. He's hit at the line, but breaks free, cuts back. He goes 24 yards for the house call at 6-0. Western Christian, I guess technically the visitor, even though they're in their hometown. Midway through the second now, Wolfpack rolling the dice on a fourth down. Van Regenmorter, he comes up aces. Lane Masson hauls in the crosser and gets into the end zone. 13-0. This one got close. Wolfpack hung on to win, and they get the bragging rights, 21-14. Let's take a look at some more scores from Iowa Central. Lyon drops a heartbreaker at Emmitsburg by 1. West Sioux all over HMS. MOC Floyd Valley wins the Battle of Orange City. Sheldon over Sibley Oshedon. And Spirit Lake, who was ranked number 1, loses a 2-pointer to Algona.
Let's take a look at some of the Minnesota scores here. Bold winning over Windham area. Martin County West taking the big win over Canby. Pipestone area with the win over Blue Earth. And Jackson County Central winning big tonight.
Yeah, Jackson's going to win a lot of big games this year. Coming up tomorrow, along with the big high school games we mentioned, a massive college one down in Stillwater. South Dakota State ranked number 1 in the FCS. Oklahoma State ranked 17th in the FBS. A lot of new faces on the Jacks against an experienced Cowboy team that has a 7th-year starting quarterback, Heisman Trophy candidate running back, that guy Ollie Gordon, and senior-laden offensive line. None of that an excuse for Jimmy Rogers and his team, who expects to leave with their 30th consecutive win.
We've given up moral victories here for a long time. We're going there for a reason. We're going to compete. If we're going to claim we're one of the best in the country, here's an opportunity to showcase that. And I can tell you this, our players wouldn't expect me to say it any different.
Jimmy never minces words. 1 o'clock start tomorrow for that one. It is on ESPN+. We'll have plenty of highlights. One other college game, by the way, Mount Marty at Culver Stockton. They won that game a year ago in a close one. That's at 5 o'clock. And again, you can check out our high school game of the week with Metro Sports on Outlaw TV and DakotaNewsNow.com and our mobile app. It's the Dakota Bowl between Harrisburg and O'Gorman. So big day tomorrow, and of course, a lot of people have their eyes on that SDSU-OSU game. Tall task for SDSU, but they've competed so well in these FBS games, it's kind of hard to bet against them.
I know we started last week, but football season's here.
Yeah, it's really here, and it's going to get crazier because next week everybody basically comes home, and of course USD heads to Wisconsin too. So it's a sprint. It's marathon now, but it's really going to feel like a sprint. Have a great week, everybody.